In this level, I will be discussing how I use social media in monitoring my students, and I will be sharing the apps that I use in evaluating my learners' digitized output. We cannot deny that students nowadays are more into social media than in learning in actual books or in actual persons. They prefer contacting each other through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and Messenger and all those. So, and they prefer to express themselves through TikTok videos, YouTube vlogs. So, as a teacher, I think it's one of our jobs to actually make ourselves relevant. We have to relate to what our learners are doing right now in order for them to actually make a connection with us. With that said, nowadays in our um, virtual world or virtual education situation nowadays, we have no choice but to study social media and how we can use it in monitoring our students, asking them how are they nowadays, uh, have they have they finished their modules, are they up to date with the activities that they should be doing. So here I will be sharing to you uh, which functions of Facebook can we use as well as Messenger in order to do those. So first, let's start with Facebook. Personally, I use Facebook to monitor my students per section by creating a Facebook group. So in this Facebook group that I am mentioning, I can create rules, I can post announcements that are easily found, I can restrict students' posts. So I can approve their post before it becomes visible in our Facebook group. I can approve or disapprove of a post. I I can create a poll. I can create a room with my group members. When we say room in uh, online, it means it is a video chat conference. Also, I can post pictures, videos, and files up to 10 gig. That's on Facebook. However, the disadvantages are you will need a larger data to load content compared to Messenger. So if you do not have a stable connection, it's quite difficult to load the pictures that you will be sending through Facebook. And also, if a student turns off notification from your group, he or she will not see your posts immediately. So Facebook nowadays has a function wherein you can mute notification on a person and now even in a Facebook group. To discuss more on that, let me show you this video on how to create a Facebook group.
Now I will be showing you how to create a Facebook group. So first, open up your Facebook, and beside your name you will see this plus button, which is for creating. You can create a post, a story, a live event, a page, an ad, or a group. So let's choose group. And for your own group, you can choose a name that you wish to have. Personally, what I named my groups were per section. So for this demo, I will just try to have English as the group name. Choose privacy. As teachers, we must always honor our students' privacy. So I will keep this group private but visible, so that when the learners are searching for the group on Facebook, they can easily see that group. But it does not necessarily mean that other people can see the posts that we make inside the group. So other people who are not members of the group cannot see them, since we chose private as the privacy of our group. And then you can just press create. And that's it. You already have a Facebook group. So you can change the group photo, You can add different posts here. So what are the different posts that you can have? Here are some examples. So you can have a poll, a watch party, you can add a file, create an event, so you can remind your students of deadlines. You can create a live video, create a document, so on and so forth. So it is very flexible depending on what you need. And um, what's also amazing in here is you can schedule a post. For example, I will write here, this little calendar icon here can enable you to choose a date where you will post this and then choose the time. So as simple as that. You can invite members, and also you can create membership questions that students who try to join the group will answer. You can also create post topics so that your posts are organized. You can make some posts under announcement, deadlines, assignments, video tutorials. So it's really depending on you. And then you can also create group rules, which I think in the online world is very essential. So you can create groups. Facebook allows you to have at least, at most, 3. You can write your own, or you can use the sampled rules. So be kind and courteous, no hate speech or bullying. So, and then you just have to create, and then you will have rules in your group. Here in the settings, you can customize your group. So manage membership. Who can join the group? Who can approve member requests? So if you change this into only admins, then you're the only one who can approve or reject a member in your group. Who can post? You can change this into only admins if you do not want your students to post anything. But don't worry, they can still comment on the posts that you make. So that's it. That's how simple it is to create a Facebook group that you can use to monitor and manage your students.
Messenger, on the other hand, is famous for its instant messaging. Even if you have a lower data, you can still send messages in Messenger. Also, you can create a poll inside that group chat, send pictures and videos, send voice recordings, share links, send attachments such as PDF, Word, Excel, and PPT. This function you can only do or accomplish if you have a laptop or a computer. Otherwise, if you are using your phone, you cannot directly send a PDF, Word, Excel, or PPT. If you upload it on a drive and you share the link on Messenger, then you can share it to your students. But the file itself, as an attachment, you cannot accomplish that using your phone. You can also watch together. So if you wish to watch together with your students an educational video, you can accomplish that using Messenger, provided you are in a group chat. You can also create a room with up to 50 participants. What are the disadvantages of using Messenger in contacting your students? First is, the more messages come in, the farther your announcement will be, so one must backread. And in worst cases, you have to answer questions so many times, it's going to become irritating on the part of the teacher. Videos are limited to 25 MB only. So the videos and even the files that you will be sending on Messenger, you're only limited to 25 MB, which is so little compared to the one that you can post on Facebook, which is up to 10 gig. Also, you cannot control what your students may send on the group chat. You can ask them to delete it afterwards, however, you cannot stop it before it happens. So that's it for our discussion on social media sites that you can use in monitoring your students. Next up, let's discuss how are we going to evaluate our students' digital outputs. When students submit their outputs online, it could be in image format, Word, or even PDF file. So it's quite difficult to check those outputs since there is no app that can do the checking for us. However, what I'm going to share to you is how I organize those outputs in a single app. So I instructed my students to send their outputs on a Gmail account. So I created this Gmail account that is specialized just for English activities. I call it English Activity Bank, wherein my students will be submitting their outputs to me, may it be pictures, Word, or even PDF file. So what is the advantage or the benefits of using a single Gmail account for these outputs? One is the photos are in better quality. As you may all know, once you upload a picture on Messenger or even on Facebook, its quality is lowered. However, in Gmail, that's not the case. The photo stays in its best quality, so the text or the answers of your students on the paper are more readable. Also, you don't have to search for the name of the students on your Messenger account to check if that student already submitted their report to you or their output to you on Messenger. Whenever I would check the outputs of my students, all I have to do is to log in on my Gmail account, and there I will be seeing the names of my students who have already submitted their outputs. Also, you can instruct your students to follow a certain format in composing their emails to you. So you can tell them to put their section on the header, their name, the week number. So it really depends on the teacher. Somehow, with this type of English Activity Bank, this Gmail account, it helps me be more organized and have more control on how I will be receiving the outputs that I will be checking.